Give me a second, y'all. It's hot, yo. It's hot as hell. I can't lie. It's so hot. It's like 80 degrees in the house. Holy shit. It's hot. Hold on, y'all. Wow. Okay. Full 360. How long is this video? This video this year is not going to be an hour long. Last year it was an hour long. I don't got an hour's worth of information to really give y'all for this period of Ramadan. Ramadan 2024. This is my second year of fasting during the month of Ramadan. If you guys don't know, the month of Ramadan, holy month in Islamic faith. I'm not going to give y'all the history lesson. I do know a little bit about the science, but I'm not going to give y'all a history lesson because I am not Islamic. I do not claim the Islamic faith. My mom did convert to Islam a few years ago, maybe like 10 years now at this point. I don't know. It's been a long time. But so quick backstory. I started fasting last year because for a few years before last year, for a few years, and it's no shots at my mom, she was right. You don't really understand how difficult it is until you do it. She was, for a lack of a better terms, complaining about how, people, everyone else in the family or in the household didn't understand, the fasting aspects and stuff like that. And because they don't understand the fasting aspects, they don't respect the month, if that makes sense, and I decided to fast last year during the month of Ramadan, partially because of that. I also wanted to get my connection with God stronger and stuff like that, but continue the path this year as well. And yeah, my mom's right. Mom, if you're watching, you are correct. This shit, excuse me, I'm not even supposed to be cursing. This is one of the hardest cycles throughout the year. If you're not mentally prepared for it, it will drain you out very quickly. And this year, 2024, during this Ramadan, um, where do I start? I guess we can start at the top. I went into this month of Ramadan with the main purpose. I didn't even really care if I lost weight or not. I knew that was just kind of going to happen because I don't eat much outside food and stuff like that, and obviously not eating during the day restricts how much food you can eat, period. So I wasn't really worried about the weight loss or the fitness aspects of this. My true goal during this month of Ramadan was to strengthen my relationship with God. Even though I'm not Islamic, I do believe in God, and I do believe in spirituality and stuff like that. So, I felt, after I did my 75 days of restoration, that ended in December, between December and March, because that's the beginning of Ramadan, between those months, I was kind of in a limbo state of mindset, of universal feelings, if that makes sense. Just seeing what's going on around the world and feeling empty, you know. It's like so at the beginning of this Ramadan, my main goal was to, like I said earlier, create a stronger connection with God, and I do feel like I achieved that goal, you know. But it was very difficult. I can't lie, it was very difficult. It was a lot of not me questioning if God was real, just questioning what path God wants me to take, what path is going to lead me to the destiny that I want to create throughout my own life. You know, what's going to lead me down a path of freedom, if that makes sense. And there was a lot of hard roadblocks, hard stops, hard presses. You know, I don't want to complain too much. I don't want to complain too much, but you know, let's just start from the top. So the first week and a half, 2 weeks were pretty fine. I went up to North Jersey. Shouts out to my man Dev. The Dev lifts on Instagram. He just deadlifted 750 pounds. These are oxes, you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell y'all something. He's an ox. He's not a human no more. He's as strong as an ox. I'm trying to tell y'all something. When they say the saying strong as an ox, they mean him, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all something. He deadlifted 750 like it was nothing. They had an event at Adelante Barbell Club for a autism awareness, and he was lifting for the event. Shouts out to Dev if you're watching this. Strong as an ox. I went up there earlier in March, earlier in the month of Ramadan, but in March to, you know, take a look, check out the landscape of Adelante. Not only that, but to see actual power lifters in action in real life, you know. And the energy was crazy. Like I said, I recorded a video. I just don't like editing, so I'm going to have to dig in and, you know what I mean, get to editing. But I recorded a video, and the energy in there was only maybe like 20, 25 people max in there, but it felt like a room of 300. It felt like if y'all ever played football, like organized football in high school, even some of my people, college, if you watching from the NFL, salute. If you ever play football and you ever been a part of those training camps and you in the weight room and somebody's going for a crazy max and the whole room erupts, go crazy, go wild. That's how it was in that gym, but it was only 25 people in there. So it was like, it sent chills. I'm not lying. It sent chills through me experiencing that, because good chills. It felt like, como se dice, it felt like I was home. As weird as that may sound, it felt like I was in an environment that was warm, welcoming, a net positive environment. So experiencing that for the first time, I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was such a great day. Again, thanks for Dev. Thanks to Dev for you know, even inviting me up there, you know, showing me a few workouts and stuff like that. Almost died. I'm not gonna lie, almost died. Y'all gonna see that. I almost died. Anyway, after I came back from North Jersey, that's when the questioning of God. No, I want to make sure I'm saying this right. God exists, but I had questions for him after coming back from North Jersey, because a part of me, feels like, working in like, we're gonna change topics a little bit so that way y'all understand where I'm coming from. Currently, I DoorDash. Well, currently I deliver Uber Eats because that's another thing that happened this month. We're gonna talk about that later. But currently, I just deliver food, right? Not because it's not because I can't find a job. Um, it's not because I don't have, well, I only have skills really made for the office. You know, it's not. And to be honest, I hate office work. If we keep it 100, I want to make sure I'm using my words right. I hate having to act white during work hours. All my black people who work in an office, who work in a professional field, understand what I'm saying when I say that. I hate having to act white. I hate having to be someone I'm not. And the last job I had, I was working at a bank, you know, doing call center work, customer service. And the last day before I, like, for real, just said I'm not coming in, trigger warning, want to be fair, trigger warning. The last day I decided I wasn't going in, I flipped a coin for my life. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Trigger warning. I'm sorry. I don't want to glorify it, but that's the truth. I flipped a coin for my life because I didn't see a way out. I really didn't see a way out. At the time, this was a little bit before last Ramadan. Actually, I left that job around February. At the time, I was my biggest. I was 540 pounds, 541 pounds. I just weighed in. I'm 429. We going down. Salute. But I was at my biggest weight. I wasn't getting much sleep. My love life was horrible. It's still non-existent at this point, but it was bad back then. It was like negative because I was fucking worried about worried about I was worried about. I want to make sure I'm trying not to curse because the sun is up. I was worried about a woman that didn't exist anymore. That's the best way I can put that. So it was affecting me mentally. Obviously, acting fake, acting like a white person was affecting me mentally. Um, so I left that job. I took my retirement out. My retirement, I only had like 1,500. Can't say that. Can't really say that. How Schoolboy Q said, it's a rack. I mean, you spend $1, you're not even at a rack no more. I was really at like, oh shit, I was really at like $1,000 in my retirement account. It wasn't much, but I took that out. I lived off that for a minute, and I started door dashing. I had car troubles last year, but we got it together. And it led me to here, where early in March, I was door dashing literally like every day, no days off, DoorDash, gym, repeat, DoorDash, gym, repeat, DoorDash, gym, repeat. And while door dashing, obviously DoorDash isn't the end all be all. Obviously, I want my YouTube channel and my social media to grow in a organic fashion, so that way I could build an audience and really change the world to how I want it to be. I know that's kind of selfish, but you guys get what I'm saying. I didn't find value in. Not only did I not find value in working in the office, like I said, I told y'all, trigger warning again, I flipped a coin for my life on my last day of work, bro. I flipped a coin for my life because I didn't see a way out. I didn't see my YouTube channel even getting to 1,000 subscribers. I didn't see me really even losing weight. If we're being 100, growing up, I didn't even see me living this long, you know? So And I'm still currently in a clouded area in life because I know I have a concept of what I want to do. I'm reading this book called Mastery, and the first concept is finding what you want to do. You know, don't focus on career, find what you want to do, and then the career will come, pretty much, right? So I know I want to help inspire people, help change people's lives, help be a net positive in society. That's really my true goal. But in terms of the how, in terms of the steps I need to take, in terms of the path I need to take, it feels like, and this is what I mean, right? In the middle of Ramadan, went to Atlanta, right? Now Atlanta was cool. I'm not gonna hate. It was pretty fun. But I was broke, so I couldn't enjoy it how I wanted to enjoy it, and everything was so fucking. I'm not even supposed to be cursing. Everything was so expensive, in Atlanta. Not gonna lie, everything was so expensive in Atlanta. Um, when I say expensive, I'm talking about bread was like $3. There was no, I ain't see no dollar bread. You know what I mean? At Walmart in Jersey, you can get the $1.24 bread. You know what I mean? The great value. I ain't see nothing like that. It was all at least $3. That's what I mean by expensive. It was taxing. They was taxing out there. But the people out there, a lot of black people. Shouts out to my black people in Atlanta. Hopefully, I can go back down there later this year. Because I am trying to go to Invest Fest. We gonna see, but my black people in Atlanta, good peoples. It was an interesting experience seeing I grew up in a melting pot state, which just means it was melting pot states are just segregated states. I just want to let y'all know when they say New York is a melting pot or New Jersey is a melting pot, there are clear areas where black people live here, the Spanish people live here, the Asian people live here, the white people live here, the Jewish people live here. It's clearly segregated, and you can tell. Obviously, they can't put it in the contract to say, "Hey, only whites or only blacks," but you can tell how the communities are set up where we want the blacks to be here, right? Now, when I went to Atlanta, I honestly couldn't tell. When we stayed in the Airbnb in the city, I honestly couldn't tell what the nice part of the city was because you'll see a house that looks brand new, like literally brand new, built yesterday, 2024 architecture type, new school type shit, and then right next to it, literally right next to it, a trap house, boards on the windows, the old Southern design. So I couldn't tell what was the hood and what wasn't the hood. Like I couldn't spot that. But I did spot a whole lot of black people. I seen some younger college students that were white, but and some were Asian, some were Indian. But for the most part it was a lot of black people, and that made me, getting back to the topic at hand, that made me ask God a few questions. I don't know if I want to live in Atlanta, but that is something I wanted to explore a little bit more personally. So while I was there in Atlanta, going through my thoughts, reading my older brother's book, his book is great. You got to check it out. While going through these thoughts in Atlanta, having a one-way conversation really with God about what my plans are, what I think is the right step to do, I was ready to come back home and get straight to work. Like dead ass, come back home. I came back home. I got home late. We got home at maybe 12 a.m., 1 a.m. You know what I mean? I went home, went to sleep, woke up, and went door dashing right away. You know, I was tired, but I still wanted to start the process up again. So after like the third day of me being back home, my DoorDash account was frozen, and I think it's still frozen. Nobody at DoorDash can help me for whatever reason. They all tell me I have to wait 2 weeks for whatever reason. So I had to switch to Uber Eats, and they pay half the amount that I can make. Now, I'm not saying that I'm giving up, but I say all this to really say I had a fierce conversation with God. It was fierce. You know, why show me things? This is how I felt. Why show me things? Because that's how I felt in Atlanta. I saw a lot of things, not in a materialistic way, but just in terms of how I wanted to live life. You know, the city of Atlanta opened my eyes to how living in a city or living somewhere like Atlanta, you can impact a lot of people's lives with lesser effort than, you know, South Jersey. Honestly, that's me keeping it 100. So when I saw that and I was inspired and I came home ready to work, it felt like God placed a test on my lap and said, "How bad do you want it?" You know, first it was taking away my DoorDash account, so I had to grind the same amount of hours for literally half the money on Uber Eats, which that's frustrating, but there's nothing I can do. I literally did all my due diligence. I tried everything. There's nothing I can do. And I'm still trying to stay sane. I'm not trying to go crazy again. I don't want to feel like I'm living an outer body experience in a negative way. So it's hard for me to, I'm being honest this video. It's hard for me to even open the Indeed app because I know no matter what I pick, and I did have a few interviews for like part-time positions, you know what I mean, just to earn some money on the side, but I can't devote my life to another corporation anymore. I can't do that anymore. If that's the only option I have, it's over. It's over. Long story short, it's over. If that's the only option I have, it's over. I will be exploring all other options until I figure it out. I refuse to subject my life to a corporation that don't give a fuck about me. Oh, excuse me, I'm not supposed to be cursing. Don't care about me. You know, don't value my needs. Don't value my effort. I can't do that anymore because the last few times I've done that, I've literally been driven, or you know what word I'm saying. I was going crazy, and I can't do that anymore. So I had a real conversation with God, and I said, God, you know, well, yeah, I get what I'm saying. I had a real conversation with God, and I discussed, you know, I felt like, do you want me to go crazy? Is that what you want me to do? You want me to go back to work and just go crazy and lose my mind and just end it? You know, do you want me to figure it out on YouTube? Do you want me to, like, why are all these tests coming right now? That's really my question. Why are these tests coming right now? Why? Also, another thing, right? While coping with my DoorDash account, whatever, you know, very frustrated, I decided to take a step back and look into, you know, creating more content for Instagram and stuff, like Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that. I go into the gym. Shouts out to, not really a shout out, but we're going to keep it cordial. Shouts out to Planet Fitness. Now, in Planet Fitness, I read the rules. You can record yourself. You can record yourself in the gym. You can't just purposely record anyone else. But then they say at any time we can just change the rules no matter what. So you could follow all the rules for Planet Fitness in regards to recording, and then they can decide that we're changing the rules now and you can't record. And that's literally what happened to me. I normally go into the gym to record and get a good workout in. I don't even really record around the gym. I only record on the bench, what I'm doing on the bench, really. But yeah, they said I go in literally on the check-in. They said, "Hey, you can't record anymore," and I just left. I just left because I didn't feel like exploding. It's not the girl fault at the gym. It's more so it was a build-up. All having seeing what I want to do, seeing what I'm trying to do, seeing what you know I'm trying to figure out in life. I didn't have time for a back-to-back, literally a back-to-back negative, if that makes sense. I didn't have time for that. You know what I mean? I didn't have time to lose money and then also lose the one of the few spots where I can do other work for free. Like, I don't get paid off social media, Instagram, YouTube, at least not yet. God willing, hopefully, inshallah. Hopefully those things come. But as of right now, I do a lot of this work on YouTube and social media as passion works. So for not only my money making device, but my passion device to be disrupted back to back, like, it's not even like I don't have money to switch gyms because the way I was making money was cut off, if that makes sense. So it's not even like I say, all right, whatever, I'm going to a new gym tomorrow. I don't have that. I really don't have that option. At least not right now. Hopefully after Ramadan, hopefully I'll get some good news from DoorDash and I can stop getting half the money I deserve from Uber. And I found another gym. This guy I follow on Instagram. He goes to like gyms around South Jersey. I found this one gym, 24 hours. I assume you can record in there because he was recording. So if I go in there and they start, I'm going to have some questions because that's how I find out gym, but whatever. My hope is, the only thing is this joint $50 a month. So if I sign up for this joint, we're going to have to turn it up to a next level. I can't waste my opportunities any further if I'm going to be spending that level of money, right? I'm kind of rambling. I'm sorry. But the long story short of this ramble is during this month of Ramadan, I've been tested a lot. And I wasn't ready to be tested on this level. Like, I was ready to be thirsty. Not gonna lie, I'm thirsty right now. I was ready to be hungry. I'm not gonna lie, but I wasn't ready to be in the middle of striving for greatness. A flood of just issues and BS flood in. Like, and the things I explained to you aren't even the only things that happen. I won't go into much further details because some of it is just petty nonsense. Some of it is just dumb drama. Like, I try not to bother nobody, but I have the biggest haters in the world. I don't know what to do at this point. I be minding my business. Niggas be hating. So that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not going to go into that right now. But I did receive some blessings during this month of Ramadan as well. So it kind of, because I'm in a mind space where I'm able to recognize the blessings that I am receiving, I'm kind of in a position where I'm not giving up. That's why when I seen that gym on Instagram, I emailed them and stuff like that to get information. I at least did my due diligence because I do recognize the blessings that I have been receiving this month, and hopefully I will continue to receive for years upon years to come. Um, I mean, yeah, I don't really have much more to say. Like I said, I don't expect this video to be an hour. Um, quick rundown, fitness. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Notes. Hold on, y'all. Quick rundown, fitness. I started this month at 458 pounds. So quick story. I During my 75 days of restoration, I lost 100 pounds from my heaviest, so 541, and then during the 75 days of restoration, I got down to 440, and then after the 75 days of restoration, I reverted back to old habits, which was really just eating outside food, not McDonald's. I still won't eat at McDonald's, but just outside food and stuff like that. And that caused my weight to go up from 440 to 458. So I gained the 18 pounds. But when I first started this month of Ramadan, let me see. I stopped keeping track, but let's see. I started out March 11th, 458. March 13th, I was down to 445. So a lot of that weight I'd assume would be just bloated water weight. So if I had to say how much weight I lost from 445 to 429, I'd say 16 pounds. But technically, I lost around 30 pounds, a pound a day. Now, I didn't do this for the weight loss part. The weight loss part is something I'm attempting to do separate. Like I said, this month was my connection with God, my relationship with God. But I don't know. Some people may care, right? Um, Outside of that, I'm more so right now. My mindset is more so focused on what I want to do in the future, and what I need in order to accomplish these things I want to get done in the future. We have it's April 9th, 2 months until I go to Jamaica. I leave here, I think, the 8th of June. My birthday is June 9th. So I'm going from the 8th of June to, like, I think the 22nd of June. Should be like 2 weeks. Um, I'm going home. I got land out there. I want to be mentally prepared for accepting some level of responsibility for my land out there, for my home out there, for my family out there, and really being able to be a net positive for their lives, and also for my life. I can't lie. So these next 2 months, I want to get in a groove where the clouds are starting to fade away in my mind, if that makes sense. So expect to see more content, more videos on Instagram. I'm gonna check that gym out, and if it's hitting, I'm getting that membership. And you know what? Real quick, I was watching RDC. Shouts to RDZ. I was watching Mark. Shouts to Mark from RDC. Mark said, and this is a philosophy I'm about to start going by because I don't have any other choice at this point. Mark said, when we were originally looking for houses for RDC, I selected a house that we couldn't afford at the time because we had to force ourselves to lock in and be able to afford it plus more. That's what he said. That's a paraphrase, but that's essentially what he said, right? That's how I'm feeling about not only this gym membership, but a lot of things in life. Um, I'm gonna get this gym membership if the gym is clean. If it's dirty, nah, we ain't doing that. If it's raggedy, run down, nah, we ain't doing that, obviously. But if the gym meets my standards of gymming, I will be getting the membership, and I will be doing the work that makes the membership worth it. You know, because it's very important for me to figure out what needs to be done within these next 2 months. So more content, not only in the gym but outside the gym. Um, More money saving, more money earning, more money plays in the personal life. Shouts out to my crypto guys. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Shouts out to my crypto guys. More creativity. You know what I mean? I might start rapping again. I might start making some music again. I might just do a lot of things to keep my mind open and to clear out the clouds. You know, hopefully I can hopefully I can I can't say that. I'm sorry. I can't express that on this video right now. What I will say is I am looking forward to living the rest of this month of April out, the month of May out, obviously June, but the rest of 2024 really, because at the end of 2024, I want to be in a position where, maybe not rich, maybe not even 100x, right? But I want to be in a position where I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and the clouds are clearing out. So I'm going to have to work a lot harder, but I know and I trust and I believe in God. Even if he gives me a test, he's going to show me the path as well. And I just have to follow that path. So that's what this month of Ramadan has taught me. Trust, follow, and believe in that path of God, even when it feels like things are going left. It'll always be all right at the end of the day. My name's Shiloh. YouTube, Twitter, Lohxloh. Instagram, Lohxloh. TikTok, Lohxloh. I'm about to sign out on this, John. If you're watching, leave a like, follow, comment, subscribe.